Time now for Volcano.
So, as I said last week, I admire the fact that Lachie Neale is putting his hand up and doing everything he can to give himself a shot to play. But, gee, I was staggered by this from Danny Daly on SEN today.
He's done absolutely everything he possibly can to give him a chance next week. He's one of those guys who's just a lead at what he does, so he's certainly surprised us. He's surprised the medical team, and he's well in advance as where he should be in terms of that injury. So he's got to get through a training session Tuesday. If he gets through that and then one on Thursday, there's probably 90% chance that he's ready to go, yeah.
I can't believe it. And I think you've got to, as a club, look after and protect your players. There's a few factors to this. Lachie Neale's played 3 quarters in 7 weeks. He came back from the quad injury, and we see this incident here early on in the 4th quarter against Geelong. Now, they ruled him out for the season. Remember, they gave him 0 chance of playing again. He's popped his calf. He has torn his calf. And in 2 weeks, you're telling me that the club are going to risk picking him and the flow-on effects of that in many facets. Is he going to be able to perform? Is he going to let his team down? Is he going to get injured early like we saw with Pendlebury last night? And then the risk factors that come with Achilles when you're protecting your calves. We've seen that in the NBA where NBA players have had calf issues and then their Achilles goes because they're not protected, and then risking next year with where they are at. So I admire him. I think he's tough. I think it's incredibly brave what he is doing. But to think that Chris Fagan and the like would risk putting him out there, I think it would be the most reckless grand final selection call perhaps we've ever seen.
Is a half fit or a 75% fit Lachie Neale still better though than the next player in? I mean, there's going to be some sore bodies. Jared Berry unlikely to feature as well, Kane.
Provided he can get through. So I think we saw it with Connor Rosie at Port Adelaide a couple of years ago. Like, you tick all the boxes at training, but then it's a completely different story in a game. Now, that was just a home and away game for Connor Rosie, who's much younger than Lachie Neale. But when the intensity rises, when fatigue sets in, we saw it with Jeremy Howe last night. We'll get to that shortly. Howe was okay for a half. He was useless after half time because fatigue sets in and you just can't go. I just think they're setting Lachie Neale up to fail if they select him. And this isn't a criticism of Lachie. Absolutely, as I've said, love the fact that he's trying to push as hard as he can because he'll regret it forever. This is more one for Chris Fagan to think really seriously about, is he doing the best thing for his player and the ramifications if it all goes wrong on the biggest stage of all.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.